Before I go off riding the bike, I did mention while I was riding the bike that I put a 2.5 slide in, but in fact I put a 3.5 slide in, not a 2.5. So the setup I'm using at the moment with the non-ethanol petrol is a see it there, I used a 25 pilot jet, a 40 choke jet because I didn't have a 35, so I stuck a 40 in there. 106 needle jet, the 201 needle, 3.5 slide and a 220 main jet. And these two plugs on the left here are using that setup, and the two plugs on the right I was using the other setup. I can't remember what I took out of it now, but the two on the right looked a bit like the two on the left when I was using petrol with ethanol in it, but now I'm using non-ethanol petrol with that setup. It all seems to run alright, whether it's the non-ethanol or what, I'm not sure, but looking at them plugs, that's good enough for me. I'm going to keep it at that. I ain't going to mess about with it anymore. Going to change the manual choke to the lever choke, put that back on. I think I prefer the lever choke. You've got more control over having a lever choke than you have with the manual choke on that, or cold start as Brian keeps telling me it is. So yeah, let's go for a ride. So we've not done a lot of videos lately, been busy with other stuff really. Getting this bike in tip top condition for one, trying to get it all up and running 100%, and I've changed the handlebars, so I've got more of a T120 feel to it, which feels quite alright really, rather than the high US spec bars. These wider ones make it sort of a bit more comfortable to ride, to be honest. So I've done that, and they changed me back right fitting, because the original one was a bit, the alley on it was a bit patchy, if you know what I mean. So I bought a second hand one off eBay. It's only like 20 quid or something, and this looks really nice once it's cleaned up, and no sort of like marks on it, you know, the war marks that aluminium give you and that, so it's all quite nice looking. So me and my mates are planning this tour of the UK to ride around the whole coastline of the United Kingdom, starting from where we live here in Stevenage, going across to Walton-on-the-Naze and starting there anti-clockwise the whole circumference of the United Kingdom, all the way up, right up to John O'Groats, Scotland, all the way around, all the way down, back down, round through Wales, all the way down to Devon, and all along the south coast, and then back up to our starting point on the east coast. But we're trying to work out the logistics and all the sort of stuff that we're going to need for that. The three of us are going to want to do it. So I know we're all going to use our old vintage 40 plus year old British bikes. I'll be using this, Brian on his Triumph, and Jim, we need to get Jim's BSA sorted out, suspension needs sorting out on that. So we're going to do that and get them all up into tip top condition before we leave off. So we've worked out we've got to roughly do 200 miles a day on our little on our little epic journey. With we'll need like a chase up vehicle behind us, probably a van big enough to at least get a bike in, and with all the spare parts and equipment and everything we might need. Now what we want to do is get 3 of those Bluetooth intercoms with video on each one, so all 3 of us will be videoing it and chatting to each other along the route. We reckon it's going to take about 14 days to do it, and we're covering just over 3,000 miles, or something Brian worked out. So it's quite an interesting little thing to look forward to. We want to do all this before we get too old to ride our bikes. You always get one, don't you? So there'll be a lot of commentary on the way, you know, everything documented, places where we stop, you know, historic places and interesting places, do little recordings of. So apart from the 3 of us, which will be riding the bikes, we'll be looking for somebody to drive the van. And you know, sort of follow us up. It'd be a pretty boring journey for a van driver, really, because we'll only be doing what speeds around about 50, 55, 60, that kind of thing. So yeah, looking forward to doing that if it ever happens. So we're gonna knock up a GoFundMe page to see if we can get any help that way. So it might take quite a while to do, you know, looking at maybe 2 or 3 years from now or something, hopefully sooner. But I've worked out roughly the target for all the parts, the petrol, because we're going to need, like Brian mentioned, that we're going to need like all the bikes, 3 oil changes along the way. The equipment and the camping and the food and everything else that you might think you need for the journey. We reckon it's going to come to around about £10,000, and that's over 14 days. Anything left over we'll just give it to charity. It'd be a great thing to do though. So we'll go through the old town. put bigger jets in this, by the way. The did have 200s in here, but Brian said he was using 220s in his, so I put I think I've got 220s in this now, actually. But I mean, yeah, your main jet's only when you've got the throttle wide open, really. I think the vital parts are the pilot jet and the slide cutaway. Of course, now I'm using ethanol-free petrol in this. Distilling my own petrol. Now I'm using ethanol-free petrol in it. For some reason, when I took it out, it was really running rich compared to using ethanol petrol in. So I've had to redo the carbs again. And I took it out the other day with Brian, and it just choked up. Really, it was running too rich, and it got back on just about got back to the garage. But now what I've done, the setup in this bike is I'm using a 25 pilot jet, 2.5 slide. I think I put in there 2.5 slide. With the 201 needle and the 106 needle jet, with the 220 main jet, and at the moment, I mean, it's the first time out since I've done that, I haven't had any problems. Need to do a plug chop when I get back and see what the plugs look like. We'll see what they look like, I suppose. But I mean, it hasn't misfired once since I've changed the setup, and I've not had the dead spot in pulling away, nothing like that. Seems to be running like the best it's ever run at the moment. I might have to just adjust the air screws slightly, but that's about it, really. Or maybe not touch them at all, since they ain't messed up, really. Yeah, so anyway, I'll leave a link below to the GoFundMe page that we've only just set up, really. And I'll get Brian to, because he's been messing around with the actual route we're going to take, so I'll get him to basically write down everything everywhere we're going to go. Day 1, day 2, day 3, etc., and all that, and get him to do some screenshots, and we'll get him to create a website, and you can see exactly where we're going, where we're going to be, on what day. But yeah, this bike is definitely going alright. I do like it. No problems whatsoever, this little run out, compared to the other day where it was like
Didn't think I was going to get back. Anyway, so yeah, the old the front brake hydraulic kit been selling quite well. I've sold over near on 25 of those kits since I've been making them. So if anyone's got a Triumph with a dodgy front brake switch in the lever, the ones that fall apart, if they visit my site at motorcyclemerchandise.co.uk, you can get yourselves a hydraulic brake upgrade kit for £35 plus postage, which is a bargain really. Works a treat. It's alright now that your back brake light's going to work every time you pull the lever now, and not have to worry about the proxy switch working or not in the handlebars. When I get back, I'll just show you a walk through the front brake switch and what the bike looks like with these handlebars on and my nice shiny backlight fitting. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.
So there's the brake switch that the kit that I make up. It sits in there. Got your wires in there for the brake light. It looks with the lower bars on. And my nice shiny backlight fitting. Like cow horns, aren't they? Massive. Yeah. Very comfortable though. Right, there she is. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.